Lauren.
So passengers on a Delta flight over the weekend were actually taken off the plane when they started panicking as a fellow flyer was coughing. People are nervous, many deciding not to travel. Airlines are taking a major hit as a result. So how bad is this expected to get? We have the president of the aviation agency, Bryan Del Monte, with us today. Bryan, good morning.
Good morning, Lauren. Thanks for having me.
How bad is this going to get? Is this a 9/11 type situation?
I hear that routinely, and I'm actually here in Charlotte at a conference of the schedulers and dispatchers, and I'm talking with business aviation and commercial aviation, and I keep hearing this feels like 9/11. So we'll have to see. I think it's early yet, but you have major airlines reducing their capacity. You have airline after airline basically issuing new warnings in terms of their earnings guidance, and there's a lot of fear and uncertainty on both sides of the airplane at the moment, I guess.
We hear that there are TSA agents on the West Coast that have the coronavirus. We're talking amongst ourselves in studio. Our stage manager is a little bit nervous about an upcoming flight that she is still planning to go on. Someone next to me is probably canceling a trip. I have a question mark on one of my trips. What do you say to people? I mean, this is something that people are talking about every single day. I mean, are the airplanes clean? Is there an issue like, let's say you can go to Florida, everything's fine, but did the situation change back in New York so much so that you can't get back in?
You know, I don't have good answers to those questions. You know, what I can speak to is, I'll tell you my own experience flying in. My plane was pretty full, and Charlotte Airport was pretty full. I think people are, you know, there's a lot of fear, right? It's hard to understand, in part because of all the conflicting information we're getting about how to react to this. You know, is a plane safe? There are a lot of measures on aircraft in order to, even without coronavirus, to reduce the transmission of illness. So I personally didn't feel afraid getting on a plane. I wouldn't, I mean, I guess we don't know, right? I mean, you raise a good point. If I travel to Florida and then I want to go to New York, am I going to be able to get to New York?
Right.
The short answer is, I'm not sure how that's going to work.
So the airlines are basically saying, look, we've conserved cash. We're taking all these steps to make sure we don't need a bailout. But do you think they're going to need a bailout?
Well, it would seem so. I mean, I think the airlines are doing the things they need to do. I think everyone's trying to be very cautious and do the right things here. But if we see a precipitous drop-off in travel, and it's not going to be just the airlines. Hospitality, the travel industry. I mean, there's going to be there's a lot of industries affected by all of this. So I would think so, yes.
Bryan, thank you very much for coming on, and also
thank you.
Giving us a little calmness that I think we need this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm happy to go to the Caribbean right now.